doing? I'm Oscar Blue for Border Network News and America's Boys News. God bless everybody that is watching. We have some irregular crossings right now, and I will focus the camera for you guys to see. We're live at Yuma. As you see, all the way to the far end, that all the way to the other side is algodones. And actually, this is the way that they cross. They cross in amounts of 10 to 15. And let me just walk over here to this side. Let me see if I can get more. You got Sarah Carter from Fox News on the back with me. And right here, let's see if we can get that activity on camera. At this particular part of Yuma, as they are coming from this side, is a group of around 10. It's a group of around 6 to 8 people right here at Yuma. You guys can see they're coming right there. Let me focus the camera. They're coming right there. And it's a group of around 6 to 8 people. They're coming through the pond. Let's wait for them to show little by little. How's everybody doing? I'm Oscar Blue for Border Network News and America's Boys News. We're live at Yuma, people, where this is an open gap. It is a really hot area right there. Is an open gap. You got 2 open gaps. And in the morning, when we first arrived, we saw some irregular crossings, and it was awful. It was a family that, with a bunch of kids. It was around 10 or 15 people. And now you see another group of around 6 to 8 individuals just crossing the river right here into this particular part. And it is just a continuous factor, and it's a continuous fluency that is just nonstop. This particular part, it is known for migrants to cross and immediately ask for the asylum, and already Border Patrol is waiting for them on this side, and they are potentially right now walking through this pond. The sheriff, it is right now over here also in this particular part, and also two units of the Border Patrol, they are waiting for them. As this is just amazing as it continues. And I'm just recording right here on this particular. There's also another family that is being dropped off right now. As you see right there, this is amazing. A family being dropped off, as you see kids right there. That's just unbelievable, man. That's just so sad. For God's sake. For God's sake, man. Share this video as they are being dropped off, as you see right here. This is, it breaks my heart. This breaks my heart, really. Because this is not the way that we should do things and that we should migrate, man. This is not the way that we should do things and migrate. And this is just amazing what we're in the middle of presence right here. As you see a family right now walking through this particular part. How can you let a woman with a child just like that walk through this part, a pond? And me and Ben Berkwan, we were walking, and they're walking back. I don't know if they're walking back or not, but this is so sad, man. This is so unfortunate that we're seeing this right now. Let me flip the camera over here. Let's just go over here and let's just walk. as they're just waiting to cross the river. It's just so sad, people. So I will be waiting on this side for them to cross and show you how they are easily crossing and they're being dropped off at this particular checkpoint. It's just so amazing, people. It's just unbelievable. Let me flip the camera right here. You got Fox News right here present. And you got actually Ben Bear. And you got the Border Patrol. I will show you the scene, how it looks right here. Show you actually. How you doing, brother? I'll actually show you how it looks. Right, how the scenario looks. I will sit down right here and just point the camera so you can see how it looks. It's actually, you know, Fox News is right here. Let me nail down. And this is how it looks right now. This is Ben, you see right there, Sarah Carter from Fox News, her team. You see on that side. On this side, you see the sheriff with 2 units of the Border Patrol already ready. And all the way to the far end, you see the cars that they're delivering these people just to claim the asylum. It's just extremely sad. It's draining to see people on this necessity migrate like this. You know, it's heartbreaking. As a migrant myself, it is heartbreaking to see this. But it's more heartbreaking the necessity that is happening in Central America, the corruption from these leftist communist governments, that they're not doing anything for anybody. This is a hotspot right here. This is a complete hotspot, as there's vehicles all over the place, man. It's a hotspot, this one. And just people being dropped off. This is the amazing thing about this, man.
They're in the reeds. They're coming right here, guys.
Apparently they're coming in. Ben is saying that they're coming in. So you guys are going to see right now, actually, how this is about to happen. You see actually 2 cars over there. How they are delivered. You see actually barking dogs. Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. You see an arm security for Sarah Parker, Sarah Carter. And there's actually Ben is going all the way down there. As they're coming right here, they're coming. Look at this, man. This is, wow. This is so sad, man. This is actually 6 people just crossing right here, crossing through the pond. Share this video, share this video. Look at this, man. I'm live, hold on.
Yuma, I'm in Yuma, guys, yeah.
So we're about,
let's move down here, let's move down here.
yeah, right here at this, look, right here. Back, right here. Better take right here, look, let them cross it, right? Yeah. This is the entrance and the asylum delivery right here for individuals right here. This hotspot. This is basically how they're waving right now. as they're about to deliver themselves, or I don't know if they're walking around. It's a small group of 5, as they know the one in the back looks kind of mysterious. And here they come.
¿Dónde eres? ¿De Honduras? ¿Todos? No me digas, ¿cuánto tiempo para llegar aquí? ¿Un mes?
Aquí.
They're from Honduras, all of them. ¿De Honduras? ¿Cuánto tiempo duraste para llegar aquí? Sí, ¿por dónde te veniste? ¿Por Tapachula? ¿En las balsas? ¿Llegaste por Guatemala en las balsas para acá? Sí, sí. The Border Patrol is doing their job. I just asked him where he was from. He said he was from Honduras. I asked him if he crossed from Guatemala on the water raft, and he said yes. He crossed on the water raft from Guatemala. This is just happening right here. And they are just crossing in, asking for the asylum right here at Yuma.
Hey Steve, let me move up this way. I got it here. We're gonna head up the hill here.
Ben is about to go live with Steve Bannon.
We're right on the Mexico border, so my signal is not.
So
you guys can see behind me. This is another group we've been having groups all day. I just got actually right as I drove up here to Yuma. As I was driving up, one group came across about 20, and then we just saw this group of 5 young men cross as well. So this is happening all day again in Yuma, in the open section of the border wall. This is it. So we're going back to the Obama era of catch and release. They come through. They basically say the right words. They're coming for asylum. You can see right behind me. They sit down. They just said they're coming from Honduras. 5 young men, and they bring them into America. Here in Yuma, they don't have a detention center. So what they're having to do is ship them to Calexico or to other cities, Blythe, several hundred miles away from here. And even those facilities are getting overrun now as well. And this is just the beginning. It all happens, all of this. I was here about a year and a half ago. This wall wasn't here. And there were 900 people. I was here for a weekend. 900 people crossed through. It was President Trump's and the administration's Remain in Mexico policy that stopped it. That policy allowed Border Patrol to do their job. It allowed them to apprehend people crossing the border illegally and then send them immediately back to Mexico to await their asylum hearings. Now, because Biden rescinded the Remain in Mexico policy, they come in and they're invited into America and they're asked, pretty please, will you show up for your hearing in 3 to 5 years from now? And they all say, yes, we'll show up, and most of them don't. No, only if they go into ICE custody. So right now, these guys, you can see Border Patrol is interacting with them as we speak. No masks on these guys. But like you said, if I go into the town of Yuma, which is a couple mile away from me up the road, you still have to wear a mask if you go into a business, if you rent a hotel room. All of this, the businesses, a lot of the businesses are still shut down here. But yet, this is the Biden administration, no problem with this. And it's not just COVID, it's tuberculosis, it's yellow fever, it's MERS and SARS, and there's all kinds of other things that are coming up. And the bottom line is, we just don't know. But you're right here, clearly, they're not getting COVID tested here. From what I've heard, it's only if they get into ICE custody, which is, that's 50 points of contact away from where we're at right now. That's right. They're going to be shipped to a community near you. This is what happens. We saw it under Obama. We saw it in the first year and a half of President Trump before he was able to change a lot of that, rescind a lot of the policies, the Obama policies. What they'll do is they will get a bus ticket to somewhere in America or a plane ticket. You go to some of these airports. I was at the Clint Border Patrol. You go to El Paso airports, down to McAllen Airport. You'll see people with manila envelopes, and they just send them somewhere in America. A lot of communities are inviting them. You've got California that basically says that everybody's welcome. While California's economy is dying and being destroyed, they're filling up our communities with people. And that's basically what they have to do, because these facilities are completely overrun. They're impacted. Now, some of them, the children, and this is the sad part, we have some video from this morning. Literally, as I drove up, there were about 20 people came across, most of them children, men with children. And what we're being told by Border Patrol is a minimum of 1/3 is their estimate of these children are being brought over by men that are not their father, and that these children are being recycled. So what now you see these guys are just 5 young men that came across on their own, but a lot of it is men bringing children. And in one case here where I'm standing, the previous chief Border Patrol agent down here said that there was a child that was found to have been recycled 17 times. That means that child was used, brought up by a man, and then sent back. This is also the location right off in the reeds to my right, where I have video where we found basically a rape bed where it was a sweater that was left on the ground and multiple condoms and lubricant. It's just evil, evil, evil what is happening here.
6718413. 6718413.
So this, I just drove up. I mean, we just got lucky that they were coming up when we were live right now. But I drove up. As I was driving up, there was a van for transport here, and I got out of the car, and this is what I saw. Correct. Correct. Let me get out of the shot here real quick. Let me get out of the shot here real quick. I want to show you where the cartel actually is set up. I'm going to get out of the shot here real quick and just show this. So right across the way here, the cartel coyotes, they are set up. They've got vehicles set up. They bring them in. There's actually buses that will come in as well, and they have to pay to come across. So there's another group of people that's getting organized over there, and that's going to be the next group that comes across. It looks like they're coming right now. You can kind of see them coming down the hill. So that will be the next group, and that is, there's a coyote that sits over there and controls all that. And when I say coyote, that's cartel member who sits over there and takes money from these people to show them where to go, and brings them across. Yes, this is all cartel controlled. I will. We're going to be heading into Mexico. Doing some reporting over there. I can't say exactly where we're going to be, just for security reasons. And then we'll be back here tomorrow as well. It's absolutely. Thanks, guys.
I will be talking to you guys and explaining what is going on in a few seconds. As Ben was just live with Steve Bannon.
You see that new group that's coming?
There's another group, but no, they just went back.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, because the 10,
got
11,
back in?
yeah, they got back. They went back, but I don't know if they went around the pond. Look, there's another
That's the
road.
way they came. No,
Yeah,
they come down
that's
this way?
no. They go around. There's another road around the pond. Like around that road that it goes down. There's another one that goes around.
Okay.
There's 2 cars that are consistently dropping these people. Was that good? You good? Ben, your opinion?
It's happening. It's a disaster. It's created by the Democrats. It's created by the Democrats, but it's controlled by the cartels. And the only people that are benefiting are the cartels. America, this President Trump was America first. Joe Biden and the Democrats are America last. That's it.
Can I stand up now? This is amazing how you got me.
Whenever you're ready, sir. Yeah, take your time. Take your time.
So, how's everybody doing? Let me put the backpack down.
Before you guys got here.
Let me just put the backpack down,
I just
and
went down to the
as I
Mexico burger. It was really good.
let me flip the camera right here for a moment. How's everybody doing? I'm Oscar Blue for Border Network News and America's Voice News. We're live at Yuma as the activity continues to be, just shocking. The activity right here at this particular part of Yuma. And we were a little bit, I was not saying anything right now at the live feed because of the number one reason that Ben was live with Steve Bannon. Tomorrow we will be live in that particular platform. But this continues, this open gap. It is a door for basically for people particularly asking for the asylum. As you guys saw, just 5 individuals just walked by, entered, and right here the Border Patrol is taking them custody right now in the back of the Border Patrol automobile and the Border Patrol unit. And it's exactly the same as over there. It's starting to rain a little bit. Fox News already set up their tent. I believe that we need to go and set up our tent also because it's going to start raining. But we are here. It's just amazing. We started broadcasting earlier today, and we did a video about how this open gap is just an open door for the political asylum process. This is not the way the asylum process. It is basically the procedure. If you go to DHS, please go to dhs.gov and check out who can apply for asylum and who cannot, so you guys can actually realize who is eligible for asylum and who is not. So today we saw a family of around 10 to 15 people, and and then we saw 5 individuals just walking by, and then we just saw, and we were present as a group of around 10 people. They are waiting to cross again right here at this particular time, at this particular moment. It's just impressive how this open gaps and these open areas, they are just open. It's just amazing how this is just opened. And Border Patrol doing their job, everybody's doing their job. The guy just is waiting for these individuals to just they do their normal proceeding, their normal screening. They ask them what is their purpose in the United States of America, and ultimately, as soon as they ask that question, they respond, asylum. And as they respond asylum, well, the Border Patrol, the CBP, already knows what is the procedure for the next, well, basically the next pass. So right now, you get to see and you get to understand that it's that easy. They drop off, and then they come back. They drop off, and then they come back. So it's just absolutely amazing how these open areas, it's a problem for not only for Mexico, but it's a problem for the immigration and the government of the United States of America. And not only that, this is Joe Biden practically provoking this kind of irregular migration. We are for legal migration. We are pro-migrant, legal, documented, peacefully, peacefully and with a purpose. But this is not legally documented. I understand they're suffering. I understand that there's a crisis in Central America. I completely understand. I'm a Mexican citizen. There is a crisis in my country of Mexico, also economically, and we need to start pushing for immigration reform. This is not the correct way to migrate. There's a lot of people suffering, but we understand that in this process of a regular migration, there's a lot of child trafficking, there's a lot of sexual abuse, there's a lot of human smuggling, there's a lot of everything of that. And it is just so sad that we have to be on the presence of that, and we are just watching that as irregular migration is occurring in front of our eyes. And things are not fundly legally getting done. So it's just so sad that we are in the presence of this new era of a way of migrating to the United States. I don't for me it's not the correct way. For a lot of people it is, out of necessity, and this is what it is. I understand, what is happening in Tijuana, and I will flip the camera for that. What is happening in Tijuana is completely unhuman. What is happening in the Chaparral border, it is completely unhuman. These people, the government of the United States needs to be responsible. The Joe Biden administration needs to be responsible for all those people that they're suffering right now in El Chaparral, all those children and all those families that they're suffering right now in the Chaparral. Why? Because this is provoked out of Joe Biden saying, come, I will let you in on the quantities of 300, and after I let you in the quantities of 300, you will get the asylum. That is a total lie, as he has decreased to the quantities of 300, not only to not accept 300 per day, but he has said 300 on each port of entry, and that was a lie also. And then he diluted by saying 300, but 100 through San Isidro, another 100 through El Paso, and another 100 through Bronzeville. That is another, he committed another lie. And then from 300, he went down to 25. And then he went down to only 10, and then he went down to basically making people suffer in El Chaparral. As you guys are seeing how people, it is a crisis in El Chaparral in Tijuana, it is a crisis right here in Arizona, it is a crisis in Juarez. This is just, it is a crisis entirely, and it's a global crisis of immigration. It needs to be fixed. There needs to be more opportunities for people in third world class countries, but this is just complete indoctrination of how to migrate illegally, and this is not the way. The United Nations created a globalist compact of immigration that is incorrect. The globalist compact of immigration only puts people migrate through these circumstances. I just saw a woman with her child, and it's just heartbreaking how I cannot imagine putting a woman and a child through this kind of situation and going through that river, and the trauma of the child. Really, it's in my heart. A lot of people say, well, I don't have no heart. I have a heart. Really, I'm a humanitarian. Ultimately, after law and order, I'm a humanitarian. And I will tell you something, to see a woman coming down with a 3-year-old and under these circumstances and being indoctrinated that it's going to be that easy just walking in, it is just bad. And this is what the left, radical, progressive, and ultimately the communist globalist agenda, it is doing to countries. Not only the globalist compact of immigration, is causing a lot of problems to Mexico, but it's causing a lot of problems worldwide. Look what happened to Europe. Look what happened to, look what is happening in South America. Look what is happening in Central America. Look what is happening in the whole continent of America, for God's sake. And this is a non-stop irregular migration. This is non-stop, continuous, non-stop irregular migration. And it is just, it's sad. And you see, you know, the Border Patrol right here, you know, how many cases do you think that he has done? How many cases do you think that this man has seen? How many cases do you think this man right here on my right has you know, apprehended? It's just by the thousands. It's just by the thousands, and it's just, you know, unbelievable. And for everybody that is saying economical migrants, let me flip the camera. Economical migrants, you know, mostly of them don't qualify for asylum. Economical migrants, you know, go to dhs.gov again. Go to dhs.gov and check your asylum and refugee cases so you can understand which ones they apply for asylum and what is the difference between asylum and a refugee, so we can understand, not pampering or not pandering to the situation, but let's read a little bit so we can understand how the system is working, so we can understand how they are trying to work the system, or how they are, you know, obtaining the refugee and the asylum. So dhs.gov, I recommend you guys go to dhs.gov. Now there's a lot of people right here that they have seen. Let me see if I can get like a 5-minute interview with the sheriff right here of Arizona, at this part of Yuma. And you know, as we were talking, the camera guy from Fox News, he's a really nice guy. The guy that you see underneath the tent, he's a really nice guy. And we were talking, and he's like, "Wow, man, I you know, I was watching a video from you that you did on Tijuana. It's just amazing what is happening all over the place, and it's unbelievable as we are watching it right here, man. It's just I can't, you know, it's shocking, and it's more shocking that you see kids. That's the thing that hurts the most, when you're sitting down and you're watching actually I don't want to explain, man. It's just so much. It's just so much. So let me flip the camera so you guys can understand situation right here, and I will put it over here better. For people to watch. Do you see more coming? There was a group of around 10 that they were, you know, over there on the other side, but you know, apparently they returned back, and because they were you can see a lot of minors or children as they were carried into that pond, which it is so sad to see people carry children through a pond. And if you guys stay with me on the live feed, I will try to get 5 minutes with an interview with the sheriff right here, Yuma, this part of Yuma, as he is practically going to explain what he has seen right here. It's just unbelievable, and he's such a good guy, man. He's really such a good guy. He gave me a coin that represents his county. He has been such a gentleman to us, really a nice person, and he knows the situation, and he was explaining, he was telling me, you know, we understand the crisis, and believe me, we understand the crisis, and and that is going on in Central America. But this is not the way. We have to find a way to create a system of immigration. God bless everybody that is watching. Let me flip the camera for you guys. How's everybody doing? Good evening to you guys. We're live at Yuma. It's getting a little bit. The weather is getting a little bit cloudy, and it looks like it's kind of like raining a little bit. But as we were eating, I was eating in the car, and we were getting ready for the show with Steve Bannon. And immediately they started telling us, hey, there's a group of people coming down right now. So we were like, wow, man, this is actually in the middle of the day. And it's sad. It's really sad that in the middle of the day it's happening. And it's a lot of child trafficking, sex abuse. And it's a lot of the things that are going on. How do we find Ben's interview with Steve Bannon? It's going to be posted probably later on in War Room. In the War Room, go to Rumble. In the War Room, possibly tomorrow we will be on with Steve Bannon in the War Room. We were live with the Real America's Voice today, but this is so sad. As there's a lot of child trafficking that are occurring in the caravans, and it's just amazing, So let us just flip the camera right here, so you can see the Border Patrol is waiting right here for, I don't know, backup, or I don't know what he's waiting for. There's a car that has just arrived. It's going to drop off some people. You see all the way to the end, right there. This is so amazing, man. I never thought that I could see this. But just this is the way it works. And here comes the unit that takes the migrants. Here comes the unit. This is the unit that actually takes them to the county that they are going to be processed to. See right here. They're about to process them. They are taking them, telling them to remove their shoes, I believe so. remove their belts. They're removing their belts.
Being told by leadership in DC, don't answer questions when the media calls you or anybody calls you. Send those questions to us in DC. We will send you back the answers. Yeah, so you're not going to get what we're sheriffs because we're boots on the ground. And we're engaged with our federal partners each and every day when it's outside. I can tell you that. This is a bigger leadership in Washington, D.C. And our citizens need to start being because that's the responsibility. Not being helping to our communities and saying it's for you. You've seen in Texas, they released a large group down there. When they were tested, they found to have active COVID that had just been released from work into that small community. It's devastating to those hospitals that don't have the so they actually have they need to do just like
There's another group, 3 on the top. Can I get 5 minutes with you, sir?
Sure.
Yes. This is Sheriff Wilmot from. Okay, sorry. Sheriff Wilmot from Yuma, right here from which county, sir?
Yuma County.
Yuma County, Arizona. Thank you so much for giving me the time of the day. It's amazing what is happening, and you're such a gentleman, you're such a nice guy, and you were explaining to me how this open gaps in this border has been so affected with a lot of child trafficking, recycled children, and and the enormous drug trafficking and sex trafficking that is occurring. Can you elaborate a little bit on that and what you have seen?
We're starting to see what we were fighting back in 2019. We were dealing with the same situation. The problem was that we were running into the fact that the cartels were exploiting this whole situation on the border. We're recycling children. And basically, families were brought across with their kids to certain locations in the United States to pay off their debt. Those kids were used at a certain amount to go back to their country and bring in another person.
Fake families.
So fake family units. And Border Patrol here, because they were on their toes, started seeing this and looking into it. And they ended up identifying, just in the Yuma sector, over 500 units that had been recycled.
Wow.
Just here.
Wow.
We're only 120 some odd miles of international boundary.
Amazing.
And you're talking, this is happening all over. The unfortunate thing is, too, is like 05 or 06, and we didn't have the barrier that we see here behind us.
Yes.
It was even worse. We were dealing with rapes, robberies, and homicides.
Wow.
All along the river corridor down. So the cartels are exploiting all this. They're charging each individual $6,000 to get smuggled to here.
Through here to this port of entry.
Each individual that you've seen has had to pay $6,000.
Wow.
They're not just freely walking across. They're indentured to the cartels. They dictate where they cross and how much they pay according to what country they're from.
And now under the administration of Joe Biden right now, he just plain and open said, I'm going to start accepting 125,000 people, which asylum cases, which this pushed the narrative of people coming more on a daily basis. And ultimately now the unaccompanied minors, that is a humongous problem also. It pushes that narrative also.
They only had, I believe it was 6,000 unaccompanied juveniles that were still trying to identify where their families were or what country they were in.
Wow.
To kind of get them reconnected.
Yes.
What's happening now is HHS is not adequately funded, nor did our administration even prepare from all the past experiences that we've had dealing with this. Prepare for what is going on now.
Yes.
It's a catastrophic crisis that no one can imagine our administration administration would create in a short amount of time, 2 months. This has happened. So now they've got over 29,000 unaccompanied children, with almost 2,700 of them being 12 years of age and
My
younger.
God, it is just a multi-billion business.
In HHS's custody right now, but HHS doesn't have the resources or the capacity to handle it. So Border Patrol, this is not their responsibility, is having to babysit kids. They're going to Sam's Club and
Wow.
buying diapers
No, oh wow,
and baby formula
that's amazing.
to feed kids of these groups that are coming across.
What is the solution with the average citizen, the average American citizen? What is your message to the average American citizen that what they need to do to stop all of this? Because the current administration apparently it's provoking this to happen again continuously in a large amount.
The message that needs to be sent out there is, I get it, the compassion side of it.
Yes.
I've been to some of these other countries where they're experiencing what they're experiencing, but they're being victimized by the cartels. And our administration is not recognizing that. They're furthering the criminal activity of a cartel who doesn't care. So they're further victimizing every one of these folks that are trying to come across. The message is that they need to follow the rule of law. And I get it. It's compassion. But it's not compassion when you're facilitating a criminal organization to continue exploiting the weaknesses of
Exactly.
the border. They're allowing Border Patrol to be tied up from securing our border, and now we have hundreds of pounds of hard narcotics being smuggled in other parts of our counties, and Border Patrol can't be right now.
It's just
Our
amazing.
officers are out in the desert
Wow.
trying to fill that gap to keep the criminal element from smuggling dope into our country. And we ran into 2 juveniles that were 30 miles out in the remote desert that have been out there all night long by themselves and lost.
Wow.
That's what this administration is causing. They're victimizing folks. You need to go back to the rule of law. If they don't like the way the law is, they are the lawmakers. Change the law. You don't put politics in the public safety. It doesn't work. We've seen it. 0506, 2019. We've been there. We've done that. What they need to start doing is start getting engaged with law enforcement on the local level back in Washington, D.C. Not a think tank back in Washington, D.C. that doesn't live and breathe what we do each and every day. What's going to work here in my county is not going to work in another county in another state, or even another county in my state, to stop this. The only way you're going to stop it is enforce the rule of law. Tell these people, if you want to come to the U.S., come through the port of entry. If we catch you coming in between the ports of entry and entering the United States illegally, you will be charged and you will not be allowed to stay. That's the word that needs to get out.
It's just pure law and order.
It's got to be law and order, because if you don't have a consequence delivery, there is no reason for anybody to abide by anything. Period.
Everybody's saying thank you to your service right here on the live feed, and they're saying where can they find you so they can support you in one way.
Well, the best thing is YumaCountySheriff.org is our website, but the main focus is that they need to start knocking on doors, making phone calls, emailing our senators and reps in D.C. and tell them they need to stop this. They need to go back to the rule of law in this country. That's what's needed. And every sheriff along this border will tell you the same thing. We have the most compassion for everybody, but you have to abide by the law.
Exactly. Thank you so much, Sheriff Wilmot. There you got it, everybody. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for your service. There you have it, sir. There you have it, everybody in the live feed. Sheriff Wilmot, a really nice gentleman right here. As we were saw broadcasting, I'm gonna cut the live feed right now. We're about to do a short video right here on this particular spot. This is the process as is occurring right now. That's the current process. How the, Border Patrol, it is their procedure after irregular undocumented people come across from this open humongous gap. Ben, want you guys to hear this out. I want to cut the live feed, but I want you to say some words about Sheriff Wilmot. He's a really
he's
nice guy,
awesome,
man.
man.
He's
Awesome.
he's an awesome guy.
Yeah, no, I mean, this is what it's all about, guys. Sheriffs are the highest constitutionally elected law enforcement agent or officer in your state. These guys are the ones that can do it. We've seen it. We've seen Sheriff Mack and a lot of other sheriffs stepping up, constitutional sheriffs. We've got a great one in Fresno County, Sheriff Mims. We've got to have our sheriffs step up and say, no more. We're enforcing the rule of law. This is going to end. If the Democrats can do sanctuary policy and protect and undermine the rule of law, it's time that we can do it and support the rule of law.
Ben, the number of unaccompanied minors that he said right here on Yuma County, it is just amazing, bro.
Yeah. They've nationally, he said 30,000, over 30,000 already. I mean, this is like,
Holy cow, the business.
yeah.
And all these nonprofit organizations from leftists that we have seen, it's amazing how they hide it, brother.
Yeah. No, it is. It's evil. It's evil.
So we will see you guys. Thanks so much. Thank you, Ben. We'll see
Much
you
more
guys.
to come, guys.
Much more to come. Much more to come. We will see you guys in a few minutes. Let's see what Ben has for the itinerary and where we are going to go. As we were live a little bit while ago in Real America's Voice, and he was live with Steve Bannon. Possibly tomorrow we will be live with Steve Bannon. So I'll cut the live feed if something comes up. My God, what can I tell you? This is a continuous factor that is happening, and it is not stopping. And it is provoked by globalists that they are forming a globalist compact of immigration that they are not caring for people's lives. So they're basically using human beings. God bless you all. Follow my partner, Real Anthony, or whether you can follow him at Orbeez, Facebook, Parler, YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook, and also Telegram. You can follow me as Oscar L. Blue at YouTube. Also, you can subscribe to my channel at YouTube, and you can follow me at Facebook and also Instagram and Telegram. God bless you all. Stay safe. If you consider this video to be good information for you guys, on top, there is my PayPal if you'd like to donate and contribute. Stay safe, and like we always say, peace and love, everybody, because always your country's first. God bless.